Hey YouTube, Kat again. I guess this is just sort of a follow-up after we've had a couple days to see what is happening after electing Donald Trump. My first video, it was Wednesday morning. I woke up and I found that the worst thing that I could have imagined had happened. And yeah, I was really sad, really upset, really scared for friends, a little bit for myself as a woman. And I was basically terrified, but I was mostly angry. And right now I'm just fucking furious. So I got in a conversation with someone in my comments and in real life, and I've kind of talked and listened and trying to figure out where to go from here and what to do. And I've had a lot of people tell me to just accept it and be optimistic, and maybe won't be as bad as everyone thinks it'll be. But my only response to that is fuck no. I'm not going to sit back and take it. So I went to a vigil Wednesday night with my family. I was going to go to a protest last night, but I couldn't get there because I can't drive because of my knee surgery still. But I'll be able to drive tomorrow when we're supposed to have a really big protest downtown. I also, on Wednesday night, I did a training call with Surge, which is Showing Up for Racial Justice, and it's basically a white ally organization and how to be an appropriate ally. And so I did their training call and got some of their resources, and we'll be working through with that as well. And I've basically just continued to talk online with people and basically tell people that I'm not going to just take it. Like, he's the president-elect. That is what it is. There's a ridiculously tiny, slim chance that the Electoral College can turn that around, but it's basically impossible. So I just want people to understand that like, maybe it won't be as bad, the actual presidency. I understand that people wanted a change because they don't trust the government or whatever. And people are upset because they feel like Obama did nothing when he was in office. But I really need these people to go and freaking look at how government works. Donald Trump is saying checks and balances, everything will be in control, but it won't, because we no longer have checks and balances, because both the House and the Senate are overrun by Republicans, and now we have a Republican president, an absolutely terrifying vice president. I mean, if you're not scared of Mike Pence, then I don't know. He's absolutely horrifying. I mean, if you don't know, just to break it down a little bit, he is 100% against abortion in any case whatsoever, and he also believes that you can use electroshock therapy to make gay people straight. Super job, guys. I hope you're proud of those third-party votes and not voting at all. I understand that Hillary Clinton is probably not anyone's favorite choice. Some people really loved her. I wasn't 100% opposed. I was initially a Bernie supporter, but there was no way I was going to risk the White House being run by a sexist, racist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, basically a horrible person. And a lot of people are saying, well, maybe he was just kind of putting that act on. But the thing is, with putting that act on, he got his supporters to feel like now they have the power to act that way, and they have permission to act that way. So if you've paid attention at all online, you have seen how Trump supporters have shown that they are so happy that Trump is their president. They have assaulted women. They have torn hijabs off of Muslim women and told them they can no longer wear them because Trump is president. Things such as they can use their hijab to go hang themselves. There have been gay men beaten, and I'm sure that applies to lesbian women, and I definitely know trans, and I've just specifically heard the one story, and I'm sure there are many more. There have been swastikas drawn all over the country, and I just can't even keep track. Because you know what I have been doing since Wednesday? I have been online and I have been providing suicide hotline numbers to tens. I can't even keep track of how many people. Every time. Suicide hotline numbers, the Trevor Project, sexual assault numbers, because sexual assault victims are now terrified and they are triggered and they are having huge flashbacks. And I am just really angry that America has let this happen. So, you know, fuck. No, I'm not gonna fucking accept Donald Trump. I'm not gonna fucking accept this. And I'm going to go to every protest on everything they try to pass. I'm gonna show that I won't like it. I will try to educate as many people why they should vote. I will try to get people to vote in every single minor election. If you guys want to change, you should have just tried to get the House and the Senate blue in the time being. If you want to vote third party, now is the time to start voting third party. You start small. You can't just have the House and the Senate completely Democratic. You can't have all your governors Republican or Democratic. You can't just have two parties and then try to throw a third party in there and expect everyone to be like gung-ho. No, start small. Get third party officials elected in small positions and then build it up. Gary Johnson was a moron. I didn't have much faith in Jill Stein as well. I mean, if you were voting for Gary Johnson, that was definitely leaning more Trump lifestyle, I guess. But basically, I'm fucking mad, and that's it. I'm just really mad, and I'm going to try to do everything I can. And if anyone has a list of things that they think I should do, or what I should do, or ideas, I basically don't want anyone to tell me that protesting is no good, because I'm pretty sure that, like, the civil rights movement and Stonewall riots and, you know, women's right to vote, though it's a little iffy because it took way longer to get inclusive women's voting rights. Yeah, so protests do a lot of good, and we hear about them, and you know that made people angry. So, I guess that's it. I mean, I'm sure that this video is, like, wrong in some parts, and it'll piss people off in some parts, but, like, my brain is just all over the place. Like I said, I have literally been sending people suicide hotline numbers because they are so terrified and scared of what is happening with this man as our president, and with what this man has told people is acceptable and shown people is acceptable. So, yeah, I guess, whatever.